What up, G Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share if possible, because it does help my channel. Now, what I want to talk about, I know it's nighttime, we're still at work, you know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about this video right here. But I know I got a sweater, but I work in the coolers, you already know, I'll be getting cold up in there. Anywho, what I want to talk about was, I watched the interview of that Tony A did, on Road Radio with American Cholo. And they shared their opinions on, Chicano rap, which I, strongly disagree with. But I'm not here to hate or nothing like that. Go subscribe to both of those channels because, Road Radio, I like watching it as my shit. Go subscribe to his channel. That's some dope shit. I like, watching those interviews. I like what Tony A does. Go subscribe to American Cholo too. He's pushing movements for the raza and stuff like that. And then I wanted to talk about something that, Hoodstock said on his, regarding Chicano rap as well. So I want to touch in on, a few subjects here. Overall, with the Tony A, American Cholo one, when it comes to Chicano rap, I think a lot of misconception happens with Chicano rap. One of the things that, tends to happen a lot is that when Chicano rap first started, it wasn't the best. You get what I'm saying? There was a lot of stuff that really, probably shouldn't have been put out there. You get what I'm saying? Only on the fact that I get it. People sometimes don't really understand music all that much. They think just because you could rhyme to a beat that's it, that you deserve a chance to blow up. But there's more to it. There's storytelling. There's vibe. You know what I mean? You have to vibe with your beat, not just sounding like you're reading it. Because anybody can just rhyme, but you gotta bring rhythm. You gotta bring creativity. How to hook it, where to add ad-libs, creative thought, you know what I'm saying? And then you got a story tell, not just saying a bunch of rhyming random words, you know what I mean? Sounding like the cat in the hat, music is a lot more than just that, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than just rhyming, There's a lot more stuff that goes into music, you know what I mean? Voice control levels, tones, all of that plays a factor when it comes to Chicano rap. Well, when it comes to music overall in general. So a lot of people didn't recognize that in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Now, in the beginning, yeah, like I said, stuff that probably shouldn't have been put out there. But as time kept going, you did have people that would pop up that, made an impact. Kid Frost, Brownside, Lil Rob, stuff like that. But still probably music that's not appealed to all the masses, right? They're not like a Warren G, a Dr. Dre, etc. But as it evolved still from there, because what people try to say is like Chicano rap is just like Chicano rap sucks, right? So if you rap really good, then you're not considered Chicano rap. You're considered above that. When that is nonsense. If you're a Chicano and if you're rapping, it's Chicano rap. It shouldn't be looked upon as an insult or nothing like that. If anything, you should be proud because it's almost like you're trying to distance yourself from Chicano rap. You should want to elevate it. You know what I mean? Instead of being embarrassed or ashamed by it, because aren't you proud to be Chicano? But you're ashamed to be called Chicano rap. That doesn't make any sense. Either you're a proud Chicano or you're not. You know what I mean? And then there's some people that abandon their Chicano, they forget about their roots, and adapt other racist styles, right? Because they feel like that they're gonna succeed. So you're pretty much saying that you'll get nowhere by being Chicano or raza. You have to adapt their stilo to make it. Basically, pretty much. Only if you're one of them, you'll make it. And if you're raza, you won't go nowhere. Abandon it all. Which is ridiculous, too. You know what I'm saying? Music is universal. You know what I mean? If it's good, it's good. But I think a lot of people don't even give it a chance. You know what I mean? They criticize before they even hear it. A lot of people don't even know Chicano rappers. They just know the, Capones, Little Robs, the Kid Frost. Those are the names I always hear getting thrown out there, you know what I mean? But there's a lot more talent out there, you know what I mean? A lot of good talent. Outside Blaze, Mr. Shadow, Casper Logue, Big Rome, like so much, Young Thrive Seldom Seen, and we could keep going and going and going and going, you know what I mean? Big OG Wicked, Osai Creed, Osai Blaze, Big Creeps, you have, from all kinds of rappers that have a lot of talent and potential, you know what I mean? And another thing that people don't realize is that when Tupac first grabbed the mic, or Eazy-E or any of them grabbed the mic, they weren't the best rappers, you know what I mean? They developed with time, but people were patient with them. But yet, with Chicano rappers, like, they want to criticize and be like, nah, you shouldn't rap. You should just give up, abandon it all. They don't even know how to critique, you know what I mean? These guys, the legends now, their first albums, their first stuff when they're rapping weren't always the greatest, you know what I mean? They weren't always the flyest flows. But they, progressed as time went by. Same with these individuals, you know what I'm saying? But people just want to give that harsh criticism and stuff like that. They don't know how to critique. But there's a lot of talent out there, but people just don't even give it a chance. They judge without even hearing it. You can't judge something if you haven't heard it. Hear it first and then judge. You know what I mean? Give them an opportunity, but people are not willing to give opportunities. Like, let's say if it's not a big name, they won't even give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous. That's how people find these artists and blow them up, because no one knew who they were. They're the ones that presented them to the masses. But people want a name that's already out there in the masses, which makes no sense. The whole point of trying to help these individuals, succeed is by helping them when they're nobodies first. You know what I mean? You want them to become somebody and then help them. Then at that point, why do they even need your help? That doesn't make any sense. Sounds like now you're trying to get something out of it. You get what I mean? That's the way I see it. But there's a lot of good talent out there. Chicano rap is chingon. It's not just, these, whack rappers that people claim it is. It's not like how it used to be. It evolved beyond that. It's not no more, órale vato ser, it's not that no more. It's on some other chingon shit. You know what I mean? I react to music right here on my channel. You guys hear it. You know what I mean? That Chicano rap doesn't sound like, the stereotypical type that people want to brand as Chicano rap. It sounds really dope. It sounds just as good as any Dog Pound or Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I think people just don't give it a chance. They want to judge it without even giving it a chance first. You feel me? You gotta hear something first and then give your opinion on it. You can't just go off the bat straight up saying that, nah, they suck, because there's a lot of good Chicano rap out there. A lot. There's more good Chicano rap than there's bad Chicano rap. And yes, there's some individuals, that still need some time, and then there's some that shouldn't, be in the game at all. Because they don't understand the music aspect to it. It's just it's a money scheme, but you have that with all kinds of music, with every music, you know what I mean? Not just Chicanos, you know what I'm saying? So why should it be labeled, like you should be ashamed to be called that when you shouldn't? You should embrace it. You should be proud, because it's almost like you're ashamed to be Chicano. If anything, you should grab that title that they slap on us and elevate it, instead of, putting it in the closet and acting like it never existed. That's ridiculous. Now, one of the things that Hood Stocks had said on his, shout out to Lucky, go subscribe to Hood Stocks. He has good content on there. You know what I mean? Especially his words that he gave about the norteños and the whole podcast and everything like that. Those were solid words that he said, because that is one hundo. Those are the facts. You hate it or love it. It don't change the facts. He said he was giving some advice to Mr. D. He was saying about throwing up your neighborhood and stuff like that, like on your music. Now, I agree. I throw in my neighborhood, so I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like how he said, because I do it as well. Because you have love for this, and and we get all that. But in your music, right? When you're doing music, regardless if you're just some regular person or if you're a homeboy or whatever, you don't want to be bumping a rola and then somebody constantly throwing their neighborhood on there. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be another neighborhood be said out there. Or if you're a regular civilian, because people could be hearing, they'd be like, hey, what? That's that vato from that. You know what I mean? So in that case, and I get it, why black rappers did it and do it and stuff like that. But with Hispanics, it goes a little bit more deeper into that. Now, I'm not saying that you should be ashamed, of it or whatever, because it made you who you are today. It made you even able to rap about these things. It is who you are, and if people are going to accept it, they might as well accept you for who you truly are. It's my, belief in that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't want to be bumping a rola that's constantly saying another vato's barrio. You know what I mean? You could throw it in there subliminally. You know what I mean? When you're talking about the streets and stuff like that, but like to be constantly singing it, I can understand if I get it. It's a hood song for your camaradas or on a mixtape, firme, but on your stuff that you're gonna be actually wanting to throw out there, you know, from a financial business move, it's best if you don't, you know, constantly be saying it at all, or throwing it up on your things, because you know you're gonna scare people away. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. You know what I mean? Because you a G, you don't gotta be, you know, constantly throwing out there and stuff like that. If you're looking to succeed, if that's what you're looking to hit the masses, because that's the only way you're gonna hit the masses. You get what I mean? But like I said, you know, if anything, people should just take somebody for like who they truly are and stuff like that. With the throwing up the sign, I don't believe that one. You know, I don't believe that one is too like, I don't think that they'll scare people away from buying your album. So that one is like, you know, that. But in saying it in your music, yeah, I think that's gonna shy people away from your music. You know, it's probably best, you know, to avoid all that stuff. Just because, you know, nobody wants to be bumping, you know, just your homies, you know what I mean? But like, how you expecting your music to expand that way? You get what I mean? In my raps, I try not to say it as much. You know what I mean? I do say it from time to time. You know, obviously, you know, for the homeboys, good rola. You know, but I agree with what he said, 100 on that. You know, like he has a lot of creative thought. You know what I mean? He's, you know, he has a lot of good flecha. No lie about that. But yeah, that's just my opinion on those subjects that I wanted to touch on. Just you know, just hear, you know, these individuals out, give them a chance. You'll probably like it, you know what I mean? Because it came a long way. Chicano rap is not what it used to. It has evolved throughout time. There's so many good rappers out there, so much good talent, so many good, you know, chingon shit. You'll be surprised what the raza could do. They could sound just as good as any of these individuals. But like I say, you just got to give it a chance, you know what I mean? You know, that's it, you know? Don't judge somebody without giving it a chance, you know. And if you're looking to do music and put yourself out there, yes, probably best if you know, constantly don't be throwing it out there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not like you're, you know, ranking it or nothing. You know what I mean? Because you know, you know who you are. You know, so it's. But that's just my opinion. You know, just wanted to touch on that. And Shadow, we out.